Hey everyone, this is Keyblade007, and this is going to be my traits and guilt video from the 10 polls I did on the previous video. And right now I'm sharing the new Kairi medal I have gotten from the Mercy, just so you can hear the home screen music it's doing. It's pretty nice, right? So I'll let you hear that for a sec. Okay, so let's get right into it. To start off, let's talk about traits. Awaken your medal's traits. In this notice, we will explain the new traits mechanic, which was implemented during the maintenance from April 5th, 2017, 8 p.m. to April 6th, blah blah blah. What are medal traits? When you fuse a medal onto another medal with the exact same name and rarity, in other words, a medal with the same album number, you will unlock the medal's trait. Unlike skills, a medal trait is always active. The Fantasia Mickey B medal, or Mickey and Brooms if you don't know it, will not unlock any traits on a medal. Fusing multiple copies of a medal in the same fusion will not unlock more than one trait. So basically don't, you know how we normally guilt by putting like several at once? Now we gotta do it one at a time, because there's a good reason for it. Medal fusions performed before the update will not be granted traits retroactively, which sucks so bad. Anyway, there are many different traits to unlock, and the trait that you get will be randomly decided each time you perform the medal fusion. The number of traits you can have on a medal is called slots, and they differ from medal to medal. So you see like this cloud in this picture, they put one on, it gets a random thing. You can view the medal traits by tapping on the arrow near the bottom of the medal detail screen. That's new now, it's under the skill thing. If you have filled in all trait slots on a medal and attempt to unlock another trait, you will have an option of overriding one of the medal's unlocked traits. If you choose not to overwrite, your medal's trait will not change. This is probably one of the best part. If you get a shitty trait, you can override it with the new one. If you get a good one and you get a shitty one that comes up, you can leave it. You're not forced to just get it changed. You control the randomness on some level. So here's the traits. Max gauge +2 increases your Keyblade's maximum special attack gauge value. So like Divine Rose would go up to 21 with one of these on it, which was actually in the demo at PAX. They had a Divine Rose level 25 with 21 gauges, and now I know how. I was wondering about that back then. Max HP +800 is also really good. Increases the player's maximum HP value. These next three aren't that great personally, but you know, it's still an extra thing that wasn't there before. Poison resist, paralysis resist, and sleep resist. They just reduce the likelihood of the player being afflicted by whatever. These are decent. Affect the medal with the trait. So these affect all medals, and these affect only the medal with the trait. We got ground enemy defense -20%. You deal increased damage against enemies that are on the ground, so only that medal would do it. And then you have the opposite, aerial enemy defense -20%. Deal increased damage against enemies that are in the air. Damage in raids +40%. Deal increased damage against raid bosses. This is probably one of the most coveted ones, especially for the Kairi medal. Basically, you get to use the medal a second time, but it's limited to 40% of its original power. So it's only really good for boost medals and stuff like that, debuffs and buffs. My favorite one, Strength +1000, increase the medal's strength attribute, is basically a way to just boost your medals, especially ones that never had boosted versions. And they also have a Defense 2001, so you can boost defense on medals, which we didn't really have much of. So now we'll go into it. Tier 1, 2, and 3 medals all have one trait slot. Tier 4 and 5 medals have 2. We're going to unlock the guilt of KH II Kairi, Illustrated. Like I said, we are going to unlock the guilt and the trait of KH II Kairi. So I'm hoping for HP 800, metal gauge +2, extra, you know, the one that lets you use it a second time, or the boosted defense. That's the only ones that are good for me, for this. So let's guilt another tier 5. So excited. And hopefully we get a good guilt and a good trait. And I'll explain traits more after this. I have really shitty luck when it comes to guilting tier 5s lately. Well, whatever. She has damage like this anyway, so watch her tap. And now we get a trait. The worst one I could have gotten for her, because she doesn't have any strength. Alright, so let's reroll some other traits. And, oh, I'm gonna guilt the medal that we got from this. So, I'll show you the new way to guilt the medal is like this now. Instead of doing dot 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 and filling all those dots, oh yeah, they even tell you, if you use the same medal for a special attack boost. You see it says trait? So every time you put one of these in, you get a trait. If you do more than one, you're not going to get another trait. So this is going to take a little time. Traits roll. Max gauge +2. That's not bad, honestly. That's not bad. Trait rerolls. Nothing changes, but if it was different, we could choose to skip or hit OK, which I was talking about before. So this is the only way you want to guilt your medals now, or reroll. You want to do it one at a time, because traits are special as hell. Wow, this medal really likes max gauge +2. Nah. The only trait I'll keep is the one that allows you to play it a second time. What is with this medal and these multiple traits? Okay, now we're going to get the guilt. As you see, it says trait, and you see the guilt symbol glowing. This is the Sora and Roxas medal we got that deals 13 slightly powerful hits, and Mondelez recovers HP for 0. It's not that great, to be honest, but it was free, so whatever. Nah, I'll keep the gauges. Strength would be good if it was actually a strong medal, but it's not, so nah. Oh yeah, and now when you unlock the guilt, you see the number as well as the symbol. So this is guilt tier 3. Okay, let's reroll my key art and give it a trait or 2. Hoping for a strength boost. Oh, frig yeah. Oh man, that key art just became amazing. I don't even care about the second one. Strength boost, baby. That was beautiful. So as you see, when you guilt medals now, or you reroll, you get these nice little traits, and tier 4 and 5s, they give you 2, so that's pretty sick. That's a good one. I like that one. And I only need 3 more of her to guilt her. Can't believe I got another one of these. Oh man, that's pretty nice. Now I can use it twice and get double boost. Pretty sweet, pretty sweet. And I can use it in raids. Got a casual Roxas. I'm only going to show you the traits I roll in on tier 4 and 5s. That's horrible. And remember, Mickey improvements do not count. Okay, that's not horrible. Anything that it hurts the enemies is pretty decent. Ugh. That was bad. Shitty trait. The new filtering is pretty amazing as well, but they still didn't make it that you could sort tier 4 and 5 medals and 3 and 2 and all that, which would have been really nice, to be honest. Eh, boosted defense isn't horrible. There you are, Riku. I've been looking for your ass. Oh, whoa. Don't need to put sleep on it. Nice! Okay, so yeah, that's all my traits. I don't have any more tier 4 and 5s to put traits on, but hey, I pulled my Leon, I got my Sora, and I guilted my Kairi. I'll probably do more pulls in the future. Pretty happy. Alright guys, hope that explains traits. Peace out.